Hi guys, today I will be sharing strawberry mousse cake. Before we begin, we need to prepare the strawberries. So I'll be using 3 punnets of strawberries. For this, 1 punnet I'm gonna use to decorate the sides of the mousse. So now we're gonna cut the strawberries lengthwise, thinly, just like so. And now we're gonna add the sugar into the strawberries. For 30 minutes, let it rest at room temperature, and then after 30 minutes, you can put it in the fridge while occasionally stirring it. We're gonna let the strawberries sit in the fridge for about 2 hours so the natural juice from the strawberry will come out. By doing this process, you are ensuring that you get the most flavor from the strawberries. So while that is resting, we're gonna move on to the cake. We need 1/3 cup plus 2 tablespoons of cake flour, half a cup of sugar, 3 eggs, 25 ml of milk, 20 grams of butter, and half a teaspoon of vanilla. Line your baking pan with parchment paper on the side and at the bottom and preheat your oven at 160 degrees Celsius. Combine the milk and the butter, melt it in the microwave for about 20 seconds. The hot water at the bottom of the bowl is optional. This will just make the eggs at room temperature, and if the eggs is at room temperature, it creates more volume. Now beat the eggs and the sugar until it doubles in size and it's light pale yellow, just like this. I beat it for about 8 minutes. And now we're gonna sift in the flour, and then using a spatula, do the folding method. Add the vanilla into the buttermilk mixture, and then gently add this to the egg flour mixture. Using the folding method again in mixing. Be gentle when you're mixing, you don't want to knock the air out. And now this is ready to be baked. We're gonna bake the cake for about 25 to 30 minutes, or until when you insert the toothpick in the middle and the toothpick comes out clean. Before baking, give it a light tap to get rid of some air bubbles. And this is what it looks like after baking. Let it cool down completely while we move on to the next step. This looks like after marinating for 2 hours. See how much juice we got. Now we're gonna use the blender to puree the strawberries. After pureeing the strawberries, this is an optional step, but I like to strain the strawberries to get rid of some of the seeds. I need about 1.5 cups of pureed strawberries for the mousse, and then the leftover I will use 1/3 cup for the toppings. So this is the excess now. So we need 2 cups of whipping cream, 1.5 tablespoons of gelatin, 1/3 cup of icing sugar, 1/3 cup of milk, and 1.5 cup of pureed strawberries. So we begin by adding the 1.5 tablespoons of gelatin into 1/3 cup of water. Give it a mix and we will set this aside. So in a pot, add 1.5 cups of pureed strawberries. Then we're gonna move on to the stove with the heat setting medium to low heat. We're gonna let this boil, and once it starts boiling, we're gonna add the gelatin. At this point, we can add the gelatin, and then we will turn off the heat and we will let this cool down completely. Now, you see those froths on top? Take out some of the froth on top. And now, with the 2 cups of whipping cream, add the 1/3 cup of sifted icing sugar. Beat this until it reaches steeping stage. Just like so. At this point, my strawberry pureed is not yet cold, so I'm gonna move on to preparing other things. I'll put this in the fridge. So cut the cake in half, just like so. And then with the punnet of strawberries that we reserve, cut it in half lengthwise, just like this. Use a springform pan that is slightly bigger than your cake. So I use 8-inch round cake pan for the cake, and then I'm using a 9-inch springform pan. So then arrange the strawberries to line the side of the cake, just like this. The strawberry puree has cooled down completely, so we're ready to make the mousse. So add a little bit of the whipping cream into the pureed strawberries to lighten it up. Then pour the whole thing into the whipped cream. And then gently fold to mix the ingredients, or to mix the mousse until they are well combined. And this is now ready. So add half of the mousse into the cake. Now we're gonna add half of the cake. Make sure that you leave enough gap on the side and press it lightly, and then add the rest of the mousse on top. And then we would put this in the fridge to set slightly while we move on to the strawberry jelly on top. For the strawberry jelly, this is optional. I need about 1/3 cup of the pureed strawberries. And then this is 1.5 tablespoon of sugar, 1 tablespoon of water, and 1 teaspoon of unflavored gelatin. So add the sugar into the pureed strawberries. Combine the hot water and gelatin. and set this aside. Once the pureed strawberries start simmering, you can add the gelatin, give it a mix, and then turn off the heat. And then we will let this cool down before adding it into the strawberry mousse. But I forgot to press the record button when I added the strawberry jelly on top, but basically all you need to do is to wait for the strawberry jelly to cool down, and then you can add it into the strawberry mousse and then put it in the fridge to set for about 4 hours or overnight. Once it has set for about 4 hours or overnight, run a spatula on the side of the cake and then release it from the springform pan. And this is what it looks like. And this is the finished product. I hope you give them a try because I can guarantee you you're gonna love this. You can really taste the freshness of the strawberries. So please do give it a try. And this is what the cake looks like inside when you cut it. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next week. Bye.